So I was sort of alluding to this earlier. My plans were not to stop here and do this video, but as per usual, I had plans to go to the cemetery and do another story. But just happenstance, I just caught this out of the side of my eye. You see how right next door to this house, there's this big warehouse type of building, and then across the way, sandwiched between it, is another big warehouse, kind of like an industrial area, and just right in the middle there's this sort of random street. It's right in the middle of these two industrial parks where you would not expect very many houses. And I don't know, I think it's my sixth sense that tells me there's something abandoned and that's not in use. The grass is cut, so that's not really a clue, but for some reason the building doesn't look like it's really in use much, I guess you could say, or partially not in use. I don't know. I could be totally wrong too. This house kind of reminds me of something from Halloween, doesn't it? Something about the door being in the middle of the house. Actually, this whole block reminds me of like an abandoned city, like from you know where they have those abandoned cities where they drop the atomic bombs out west, where they just erect houses to see if they what it looks like after they drop a bomb. Because you can see it's very empty on the street. Then you got all these trees right next to this house grown up. This house actually looks like it's kind of being lived in a way, but yeah, there's furniture in there. So I don't know about this place. Then there's this little guest house over here too. So it makes me wonder if people actually live here or they don't live here, or weird. By looking at the amount of grown up trees and stuff, even though this house looks like it's in pretty decent shape, actually the roof's in good shape, it gives you the impression that nobody is living here, because these are pro tips on how to know something is abandoned. If you lived here, you probably would not have this much grown up stuff around the house. It's just sort of mowed around the other side, but there's a lot of trees and grown up stuff. There's a broken window right there that's boarded up, see there? Because probably somebody broke in. And their tip. This old school concrete stairs here. You know, the funny thing is about a lot of these places is that they have fire extinguishers in them. That's locked. There's a fire extinguisher right there. The other place had a fire extinguisher too. Looks pretty much empty in there, but in fairly decent shape, it looks like. It makes me wonder if the company who owns this property or something maybe bought all these houses out. There's actually an air conditioner stuck in the window, old school window air conditioner for the top room there. But I would venture to guess that this place was probably built maybe in the 20s or something. You can see by the old school screen. Look at this door. Old school door. Looks like there's a little bit of furniture left in there. But the lamp's kind of sitting over on its side and stuff. See the old school door handle? The old brass door handle? Can you see that? Makes you wonder if people are planning on saving this place or just sort of letting it go. Unfortunately, a lot of places, man, this is a really nice house too. Look at that. Look at that second. I don't know if it is a second story, right? That's one of those little small rooms. But these houses are few and far between these days. Houses of this style. I don't know what you call the architecture. I don't know. I have no idea. But those top windows actually have some, what do you call that? Sunscreen? Tinting. They've actually been tinted. See what I'm saying about where this is located? It's a lot of empty lots. It looks to me as though there were houses probably on the street, you know, every 60 or 70 feet, probably all the way down here, and then they've been since torn down. It's funny because I've passed by here and I've never noticed this place, but you can see there's a mailbox out front. Everything's sort of intact, and as you walk down the street, it's sort of like a little bit of a ghost town area, because it looks like these buildings down here are actually vacant too. So this is the, I guess this was a garage back in the day. See the kind of old school boards here? Instead of using plywood, they sort of had this, these plank type of things. Looks like there's a little window over here too. A little window that's been painted over. Some old paint in the back. Just some miscellaneous things out here. An old television set there. Some old fluorescent lights. Yeah, I did a video that was about a 100-year-old mansion and in Bradenton, and within about 2 months after I filmed the video, they tore the place down. I didn't even know it was going to happen. It was just sort of a lucky thing. So it's kind of cathartic for me to come out here and shoot these old houses, sort of just record some of old Sarasota or old Bradenton, sort of just recording what was, because it's very possible that they could be using this land for some big warehouse, since we're right in the warehouse, the industrial neighborhood. And this place could be gone very soon, so just a record of what was.